Hey guys, Britto here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019, and here we are for part number 3 of our RAVENPORT full farm build. Starting off at home again, and decided to drive down to our little area where we're hired to build this farm from the ground up. So I've chosen the fields just sort of, I guess they're directly north of where we finished our horse field before. So just took away part of the field there to put grass in, because I want to try and square field up a little bit on that side, and I'm putting like a road down the middle here to break this big field up into 3 smaller fields. That way on the left here I was going to put corn, plant corn on the left field, and I made a mistake there, as you guys can see. Bloody terrible, but it does happen. I'm not perfect, do make mistakes. So the left field is going to be corn, the middle field is going to be the wheat or canola or barley or whatever it is you want to put in for the pigs, and the right hand side is going to be sugar beets. So here I'm just, obviously as I said, putting that road to separate the 3 fields, and now I'm just putting in sort of roads in and out, and roads like a tractor would probably take to get to and from the fields and that sort of stuff. I was kind of thinking what I could do here to fix this mistake, but I just decided to make a really wide road in the middle, I guess, and try and cover up my mistake. I'm still not sure on the ground texture. I did use that texture throughout the whole build, but I'm not sure because it's really shiny and reflective, so I don't know. You guys can always change it if you don't like it once the save file is released, but here I am just getting rid of these 2 other fields, which are just to the north of the other field that we've separated. This is where we're going to put our pigs down, as you can see here. Going for the modern barns. I decided not to level the ground out, which is what I usually do for all builds. A lot of people have said they would prefer it if I didn't level everything out, sort of just had a bit of up and down and height variations and stuff, and here I am trying to find the right level for the building, just to make sure everything was visible, nothing was under the ground. So I've leveled it up as best as I thought, well, as best I thought it was supposed to be, and then sort of just smoothed off around the outside, and done the same here. Made sure I leveled it out with the height of the markers for the slurry in the water, as you can see just here in the background, and then still gone around and decided to smooth off a little bit more. So it's going to be fairly up and down this farm area here, but you guys have asked for that, so I thought I would try and avoid leveling everything out. So just doing the same for these other 2 as well. A few people have asked what mod I use to do all this. That's no mod, it's all part of the base game, so if you have the base game, you can do this yourself. It's really not that hard. Just I would suggest practicing on a save that isn't your main game. Just start a save game, put heaps of money in it, and just practice changing the grounds and all that sort of stuff, and do different designs and see how you go. But here I am looking for a silo. I thought there was a dedicated pig silo, but there's not. So I've got the silo here with a couple of extensions next to it at the back. Looking for a shed here. I thought about putting this guy up on the hill up here, and I was trying to work out where would be the best spot to put it. I decided on going halfway up the hill, but I had to come back and do plenty of landscaping to get it to work as well. As you guys can see here, trying to raise and lower the ground. Now the bottom right hand corner, you got the brush strength. I suggest if you're ever going to do landscaping, put it at 0.1. When you go to do what I'm doing here, smoothing out the ground texture, then you can put the brush strength to 3.0 if you like, because it smooths it out a lot quicker. But I always suggest if you're going to raise and lower the land, have the brush strength at 0.1, because it doesn't raise it very much. It's only one little click, whereas if you had 0.3 or 3.0, it would raise it really fast, and you won't be able to keep control of it. So managed to get that in up there. Put in the water tank, the fuel tank as well. Putting in here is the fertilizer, then seeds around this side, and then the lime silo as well. Sort of just spread them out around the farm. So now we're going through to grab the paint textures. Just trying to get roads sort of in and out where I think a road to and from the farm would be. As I said, I'm not sure on this ground texture. When I was sort of off camera doing a few things, I did actually buy tractors and fix these fields up so they're ready to go when the save game's ready. I sort of wasn't a fan of the texture. You can see how it's like reflective. It's like it's just wet mud or wet dirt, which, well, wet dirt is mud, isn't it? But it doesn't really fit, I don't think. Not for the whole roads, but probably bits and pieces here and there it would fit, I think. It's my phone in the background, sorry guys. But yeah, I've done the whole thing with this texture, so if you guys don't like it, feel free to change it. As I said, we need to get the save game file, which will be out after our final episode, which will be episode or part 4, where we do our cows and silage farm. So just putting in the little walkways here to and from the back of the pig barns and stuff, as I usually always do, try and add that extra little bit of detail that some people do miss. Just making sure I've got roads to and from, obviously the manure pit, the slurry area, water area, and walkways again, as I said. I think I sort of had a bit of a look around as well and realised that it looked a little bit plain, like it was too spread out, so I had to fill in that little area, as you can see in the background there, between here and the silos. I filled that in with another like vehicle storage workshop sort of thing in there. And I've just gone back through now and just repainted all this grass in that was taken away. It removes the grass when you do actually level the land or smooth it out, so you need to come back and paint it back in if you want the grass to grow again. If you don't want the grass to grow, then you can just, I guess, smooth the whole area out and not worry about painting it back in. That way you don't have anything to mow if you don't want to mow all the grass, but it's there in case you do want to mow it. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying these builds. So this is part number 3 of 4. Our previous 2 were the chicken and grain build and our horse and sheep and cotton build as well. So I decided to do the pigs and cows separately, not do them together, just to get a couple of extra episodes for you guys. And yeah, as I said, hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. Here I am just throwing in a few trees and putting in roads here to and from these silos that I forgot before. I thought I had to add some trees because it was just such a plain area without them. It does affect the frame rate a little bit, but hopefully it's not too bad. There's no real strategy for me placing trees. I sort of just place them anywhere. And then this is where I realised that we need something in here, and threw the barn in, which is a workshop as well as a barn. So, well, it's pretty much, it's a barn, but it's a workshop. So whether you want to store vehicles in there or just have them to work on, it's up to you. Put another road in around the back here. Decided to go with an American flag and some signs. The signs just say Modding Whelp. I think it was a Modding Whelp farm or something. And here I decided to put a windmill in up on top of the hill up here, just for a little bit of added effects and that sort of stuff. So going through and leveling out all through here, which doesn't level out once you place these things down, which isn't a bad thing. But I did also realise that it doesn't level out inside the barn, so I had to go through and level out the barns and everything as well. So right, yeah, here we go. We're just going to go for a quick walk through. This is in normal speed, so I'll say my goodbyes now, guys, and I'll see you on part number 4. But if you enjoyed this one, as always, smash the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the build so far, and if you're excited to see part 4 and get the save game file. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed yet, guys, please do so. It's been Britto, thanks for watching. See you again soon.